So this is really like the only video I can do today. Honestly, I'll make it up tomorrow, but I might as well talk about Zoro. Now, Rono Zoro delivers upon us a fairly impressive attack in the latest episode of One Piece. In the latest episode of One Piece, what we see here is Zoro use the strongest attack that we have seen from him to date. You can't say overall because we haven't seen Zoro's demon stuff. If he still has it, honestly. Because at this point in time, it's been so long. And there hasn't been a hint of Yuki, NB Mayomizu, Ashura. None of them have come out. Nothing has happened with that. Pica, he is a top member of Flamingo's crew. And we were hoping to get like a good one-on-one match between Pica and Zoro. But no, honestly, it was a snooze fest for the most part. But here's the thing. The final attack is fairly impressive. The Great 3000, Great Thousand Worlds. In the Funimation dub, or sub, or whatever it is, it's called like the Billion-Fold World, like Tri-Chilicon Cosm. Like, it's crazy, man. I'm like, when the hell did 3000 worlds become a billion-fold world? I'm like, what? Like, that was pretty crazy. But the context is Buddhism or Buddhist cosmology. So the fact of the matter here is the attack was fairly impressive. He cuts Pica clean in half. You got follow-up attacks where he cuts him vertically, and then he continues to actually, corner Pica in midair. And it ends off with the Armament Haki of Zoro, which, by the way, was very cool. How he first did the Armament Haki on his swords, how it coiled around his swords. The way it coiled around his swords, it really reminded me of Ashura. It honestly did. I mean, like, I would say that he maybe replaced his demon powers for pure Haki, but at the same time, the way I perceive it is that his demons are Haki, which I've talked about before in a video right here. Yeah. So here's the thing. When it comes to the Armament Haki clash between Pica and Zoro, what we get here is a sense of the importance of Haki potency. Even though there is no like distinct power scale measuring for Armament Haki, we find out that Zoro's Armament Haki is more potent than Pica's. This is a problem in a way because even the bounties themselves are not clear indications of power level in One Piece. There is really no set in stone power level in One Piece. But Haki is universal. Whereas beforehand you have devil fruits that kind of are selective towards like one another. Like for example, Luffy's devil fruit is awesome against Enel, but everyone else against Enel kind of like murks, like easily. However, when it comes to Armament Haki, because it's universal, it's kind of like there should be some like distinct power measuring for Armament Haki, but there's not. I would argue that someone like Virgo could have a more potent Armament Haki than Pica, far more, to the point where Zoro's attack really wouldn't, I wouldn't say that it wouldn't hurt him, but it wouldn't be as effective as the attack against Pica. And, I mean, that's my take on that. Is there really anything that's, like, founded in there? Yes, there is. But because there's no real, like, distinct power measuring scale, it's kind of hard to actually make solid judgments like that. So, what's fascinating here is seeing how Zoro was able to imbue his Armament Haki, because that is his Haki affinity, where you have Sanji, Observation, Zoro, Armament, and Luffy, Conquerors. That's the way it works, according to Oda. So seeing that was pretty cool. The gawking, open mouth faces, like everyone just stunned. And then you end off on an awesome note with Elizabello. With that Kingu. Yeah, Kingu. Like, that was sick. Because not only did that shockwave, it's just a shockwave. It's just a shockwave of pure force. Pure muscle. Not only did the shockwave transverse that distance that Zoro flew across with Olympus' help, it transversed that distance in like an instant. He blew away everything. Like, everything was just decimated. It was gone. And I was like, yo, Elizabello. I mean, that's crazy, man. Elizabello, it's a 1 hour warm-up time, but when that thing fires, it is absolutely phenomenal. To see that fist, that knuckle form in midair, for like that one instant, beautiful. So the anime itself, the episode itself, because the animation was overall meh, and the pacing just sucked unbelievably, because, I mean, it took Zoro like 30 years to beat Pica. Really, honestly. And because of that reason, the story progression was almost non-existent, aside from Pica's defeat. Fact of the matter is that the episode itself was not a good episode, but it did have very good parts. And those parts being Zoro doing his thing against Pica, excluding the flashback nonsense in between. And then finally, the King Punch to have this nice cherry on top. So most of the cake is made out of doo-doo, but there is some genuine cake. There is some genuine dough and frosting that's actually sitting on top of this pile of doo-doo. Still shitty overall, but you gotta recognize the good parts of a shitty episode. So that's it, I'm done. So King Lightning, give me your thoughts, and I will see you guys later. Rate the video, comment, subscribe. Have a nice goddamn day.